What to do financially in this crisis? Right now, we are living in a health crisis. The coronavirus affect everything about our lives. The question today on this channel will be what to do financially in this crisis. Welcome to Financial Freedom Principle. My name is Cesar Julian. We're going to look at four things that we can do, that we need to do, that we might be able to do to put us in a better position financially in this crisis and after this crisis is over. Remember, we are in a crisis. Even though we are in a crisis, there is opportunity in the crisis. We should not take that lightly. We have opportunity, but also there is a lot of profit to be made. We need to understand what do we need to do. We're going to look at four things that we need to do right now, that we can do right now to help us to be in a better position today and after the crisis. The first thing we can do in this crisis, let's look at that. Number one, the first thing we need to do, that's very important. We should not, let me say that again. We should not panic. Do not panic. Why? Because when you are in fear, you can't make the decision you should do. Because your mindset, right? When you're in fear, your mind, your body goes to fight and flight response. And then all you want to do is defend yourself. But in this crisis, we know some people will lose some money. But in the other side of the equation, some people will make money, right? So there is no money is not lost in the economy. Just there is a transfer of wealth right now. There is a transfer of profit. There is a transfer of opportunity from losers into winners. Some people will lose in the economy, which is unfortunate, but we know some people will win, will make some money, will profit from the crisis. So we don't want to profit in the middle of people's misfortune, but in the economy, in the capitalist system, that's happening every day. Some will lose money, some will make some money. So what can we do to protect our money? Let's say we can't make money, but what can we do to protect our money? But what if we can't protect our money? We might lose some. But what can we do? Maybe instead of protecting your money, how to invest your money, how to make some more money. But if you panic, you won't be able to see the opportunity. Number one, because there's hope, there is profit to be made, there is opportunity. So what can you do? Don't panic. This is the time for us to look at where are the profit right now? What's going on? Where are the opportunity? If people are losing money, where are those monies are going? Right? We should look at that. But if we're panicking, we won't see where our money is going. If you have a 401k right now, you might be losing money. Do you think it's not time? I think it's time for you to call your 401k company to saying, wait a minute, what happening? Where is my money going? What can I do? Right? What can you do to protect my money? Right? Where you should know where your money invests. You should know that, right? So not only you should not panic, you should, because there is profit, there's opportunity. You can stop your loss. If you're losing, If you panicking, you might even forget you have a 401k, right? You might forget you're losing money. But if you don't panic, you can look at it to say, wait a minute, what's going on here, right? And then also look at back at history. These things happened before. Go back 2008. I mean, we know we have a health crisis. The health crisis creating economic crisis. But back in 2008, we have a housing crisis, right? While some people are losing their home, on the other side, some people were buying those homes cheap. They were making money, right? So we should look at history to say this also should pass. It will pass, right? If this going to pass, what can we do now, right? If will happen again, we know it's happening right now in 2020. But also, do you think that might happen again? You better believe it. It's something that we might not get the same thing, but something else will happen, right? It's some part of the economy will be affected at some time, or the whole economy will be affected, right? We need to know that. The When we know that, we don't panic. We look at what can we do. It's the same way in the health crisis. You don't panic. You say, what can you do to protect yourself? You buy gloves. You do all these things. You buy food. You buy all these things. You put them in storage. You put meat in your fridge. You do all this for eating. But what about your money? Don't you think we should be doing the same thing too? Right? That's the time for us to be calm, to be able to do not panic. Okay, that's number one. Let's look at number two. Number two, what the second thing you can do? This is the moment for you to prepare yourself for economic growth. Prepare yourself for growth. That's number two. You should prepare yourself for growth. I mean, when you're talking about prepare yourself for growth, we know we're talking about, you know, finance, economy, right? Because here's how you prepare yourself. Look at what company can you buy right now, right? What company can you buy cheap right now? For example, a lot of companies right now are very cheap, right? Look, what company are interest you? Did you always wanted to buy some of Apple stock? Maybe that's the time. That's the cheapest way you will ever get one, right? I don't know what you want to buy. I don't know what interests you economically, financially. I don't know. But call your financial advisor right now, saying, "Hey, right now, this company, I would like to buy these companies." Right? Why don't we do that? We can do that. Prepare ourselves. Let's look at history. Let's look at the economy. Let's look at companies. Let's look at the stock market. Right? Let's look at the housing market. Right? Real estate. What's going on right now? Can we find a cheap property somewhere? I don't know. Right? Can we buy stock right now at a cheaper price? We don't know. But if you say, you know what, I need to prepare myself. There's four things you can look at, right? You can look at the financial analysis. That's for the business. Every business have a financial report. You can look at those, right? You can look at what's the economy in general are doing. Look at the graph. Look at the chart. Ask question, right? Ask your financial advisor. Ask expert. What can you do? And also, the third thing you can do, look at cash flow, right? What company pay dividend right now, right? Can you buy a property right now and rent it and then get some money back every month? You can look at that. But also look at your risk. Do you have some extra cash sitting somewhere, right? You might have some money saved in the saving account with 0.001% interest on it, right? What can you get for that? If you have $100, for example, saving, can you make it $200 in that crisis? Can you buy something right now and 6 months later, right? That can make it can become $250. It doesn't have to be a lot. You see, do you have some extra money, right? Do you have extra money to buy a property? Well, it's tough right now. People might sell their investment. Can you buy one and rent it? I don't know. But you know the area. Look at the area. Call your real estate agent, ask them. Right? Call your stockbroker and ask them. Right? Prepare yourself. You need to prepare yourself, right? This is why this channel is important to me. Right? I want you to set your mind that you want to be free, study finance, spend some time, right? Nothing's gonna come to us easy. Spend some time, study the basics of finance, right? And then so we can get our freedom. We should be able to do this. You doesn't have to be an expert in finance. We don't have to be, an economist, but there is some small little step we can take to make that happen. That's number two, right? We get prepared, right? Number three, what do? We know as part of this, we prepare some extra cash. So in number three, what can we do with that extra cash that we have? We can invest it. Invest the extra cash. Yeah, let's one I think Warren Buffett say that a lot. I follow great investors. He said never invest in what you don't understand. I take that seriously. If I am going to invest, I need to know where my money is going. I want to know what's the financial situation I'm in. What is, if I'm buying, for example, a company, right? There's many company in the stock market. If I'm buying a stock, I need to know what does this company do? What's the price of the stock? How high can that stock go, right? We can look at 1 year history, 5 year history, a year history to look at these things. What if I need to add more money in my 401k right now? Is it a possibility? Yes. What if I need to stop putting more in my 401k? I don't know. But your financial advisor can tell you all that. Right? What if you have some cash sitting somewhere in the bank? Right? Let's say you have a $20,000 and then somebody's selling a property that can give you a good $500 to $600 a month in rent after you pay everything. Right? So the extra cash, what you want to do, invest it. Once you're trying to invest it, this is the way it's important. What we need to do, we need to buy low, right? We need to buy low. We don't need to buy when the stock market is high. Right now, it's the best time to buy because everything is low right now. I like to invest for long term. I go for long term. I don't want to play like the lotto. Okay, this is an instant thing, right? You play now, tomorrow. You know if you lose or win. I don't want to do that. I always love to plan for the long term, like 5 years from now, like 10 years from now, right? 15 years from now, 20 years from now. What can I do by right now for $5, and then 5 years from now that can make me $2,000. What can I buy for long term to bring me more return on my investment every month for the amount of time I want to hold it? If I buy a rental property right now, I can get a return every month for the rest of my life. Somebody else is paying it, right? So long term for me work. I don't know about your situation, but if I have an extra $1,000 right now, I know where to go to do it. I can buy some stocks and then I can hold them for 5 years, and they can triple, quadruple, right? They can do very 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 good for me. So if I buy, I need to sell high. Those are basic economic principles that we can do right now in this crisis to help us. If we can buy low and for long term, and then we can sell it when it's high, right? You can buy a stock right now, or buy a property right now, or buy a business right now, and this bad stuff, people are going out of business. That might be the time for you to buy a business, right? Or maybe if some investor that's buying a property, maybe you have $1,000. Can you invest it in that property? You get a share of the property. If they making $500 a month, maybe you get $100 a month from that. You see, you have to be creative, right? That's important, right? So let's look at number four. Number four, the fourth thing we can do. We make sure, number four, when we invest in business. Okay? Invest in business. Right? Invest in business. Be an investor. Okay? Be an investor. Okay? Invest in business. Let's say if I am buying a stock, I'm not buying a stock for say, I just buy stock and then I want it to go, for $50, and tomorrow I want it to be $70. No, I don't. That's not what I do. You buy a business. Let's say you buy Apple. Okay, every time they sell an Apple computer, your value increase. Right? I know what Apple does. I know what kind of product they have. I know what's coming up in Apple. I'm buying a piece of Apple. And then if I buy it for $100 now, I know 5 years from now it can become $500. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we're talking about. Be an investor, right? Investor focus on cash flow. Right? Cash flow. What am I gonna do? Earnings. What can I earn on it? What is the return on investment? Right? What's my cash flow? Right? What is the growth of the company? It's the same way. This is important because if you're gonna buy a company, you need to know, is this company growing or is it decreasing? For example, couple of years ago, a while back, when a Blockbuster was cheap a stock, but we were leaving the cassette player generation to go to online, right? Netflix come in and eat Blockbuster's lunch. So if I'm an investor, I look at what's going on in the business. I can see, all right, Blockbuster is going out of business because there's a new technology coming. Blockbuster is the old technology. They need to adapt to the new technology. I need to do some research, right? This is financial education become important. You'll be able to do a couple little analysis, talk to other people, what's the trend in the economy. When you do those simple little things, you can see, oh, my company is growing. The earnings is good. The return on investment is good. The dividend, they paying dividend. Every 3 months, they give me cash on my on my investment. So now you can see, now you become an investor, right? And then you don't just trade stock like everybody else, but you looking at the long term. You're looking at cash flow. Right? You're looking at return on investment, ROI. You looking at earnings. What can I earn? What this company is doing, right? What their income, how much expenses they have. What are the asset and the liabilities, right? Once you know those things, you said, this business is growing. I can invest in this business. Right? So these are the things we can do right now. If we can practice these 4 things, you can see how right now, as people are afraid, they don't know what in their 401k, they don't know what to invest. If you have extra cash, you can see how you can multiply your cash very rapidly. right? And then if you're a long-term investor like me, you're not panicking, right? We look at step number one, panic. We don't panic here. We don't panic. We start learning, right? We start learning. First of all, we don't panic. We look at opportunity. Where are the profits? Number two, we prepare ourselves. Preparation. Somebody was saying success, right? Success is when preparedness meet opportunity. Is that's true today in the economy. If you are prepared, you can call any financial advisors. They say how much money you got. Here is what's going on. Here's where you can make more money. Here is where in the next 5 years you can be in a good position. And then look at the company. What are your extra cash? If you have these to prepare, then you say, oh, wait a minute. Now you can invest your extra cash. Where to do it? Buy low for long term. And then if you have to sell for anything, right? Make sure you make your profit right from the beginning. You know what this thing gonna do. And then if you have to sell, make sure you sell when it's high. You don't buy high and sell it when it's low and lose money. No, you don't do that. If you panic right now, you will sell what you should not sell. But if you're not panicking, you say, oh, wait a minute, this is what I need to buy more of this company, right? That is an opportunity there. And then the last thing we saw, it's invest in business. Don't just buy stock because it's a stock. Don't just buy real estate property because people say it's a good deal. But talk to expert, right? Talk to other investors. They can help you, right? Don't be afraid to do that, because if you invest in business, you become an investor. You look at cash flow, return on your earnings and your investment, earnings, and growth. Again, I want to encourage you to follow these 4 steps today in this crisis. If you follow these 4 steps, I'm sure you will subscribe to the channel. That's for sure. You will come back again to the channel for more, because we're going to continue to help everybody to become financially free. We will break down some of the investment, what we need in this channel. But today, in this crisis, follow these 4 steps, right? Like the video, give us your feedback. Send this video to anyone you know, everyone, because they need that advice right now. Most people need that advice on their 401k. They losing money. Right? Not everybody, but I also was looking at my 401k a couple of weeks ago. I was like, wait a minute, I'm losing like 25% of my 401k. My 401k was down 25%. Now, because I do all this, I was like, oh, I need to take some step here, right? Then I take some step. I call my plan. See, what can we do, right? This is the things you do when you're not afraid. You look at the reality. What are the profit? What can you move to protect yourself? Do these 4 things we're talking about. Do not panic. Prepare yourself. Invest your extra cash, but buy business. Be an investor. If you do that, I'm sure you'll come back for more. You'll be in a better position financially. But also, like we said, your mindset, you'll be in peace. Your finance will be in peace. I'm sure you will get freedom. Again, my name is Cesar Julian. I'll see you next time. May God bless you.